All right, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another video for Fear the Walking Dead, leading up to the second last episode for Fear the Walking Dead Season 5, Episode 15. In this one, we're going to give our thoughts on whether or not we think it's probably too late to save Fear. Alright, man, so definitely wanted to do at least one Q&A video this week leading up to the second last episode for Fear the Walking Dead Season 5. So just 2 episodes left, and then Season 5 of Fear is over. And, I thought we would leave with this one for today's Q&A video. Let me know what you guys think about this one, whether or not it's probably actually too late already to save Fear. This is a tricky one because I liked episode 13. I think most people agreed that Logan's last episode 13 was actually pretty damn good. And then episode 14, what we saw this weekend, I liked a lot. I thought it was good, but a lot of people, I guess, didn't. From the comments I saw from you guys, it looks like, I'm kind of in the minority in that one, or at least, my opinion is not the popular opinion for episode 14, and that not that many people liked it. Some people did point out maybe there's some problems with the story, and that you have sort of, Althea and Morgan, they're running out of gas, so they say, and then they end up going anyway, and then they don't find, his sister, and then they kind of come back anyway, and it's just like, okay, so there's some stuff about it. It's like, all right, I guess so. I guess that makes sense. But I like the episode. I thought it was good for Morgan. I thought it was good for Grace, and it was a good, I think, episode 14. We only have 2 episodes left, and from the looks of Channel 5, I don't know. We're going to have to see. At least it's interesting that they're running out of supplies, because I think that could be kind of cool to see what Morgan and the others are going to do when they get into a scarcity type of situation, when they're really not doing well, and they're going to have to decide, maybe they're going to have to break some of their rules that they've kind of set out of helping everybody and being the good guys and doing all this kind of stuff. We'll have to see how that affects them and what they decide to do before the end of the season. But the question of if it's too late for Fear the Walking Dead or not, because, personally, 13, 14 I thought were pretty good episodes. With 13, most people agreed that was a pretty good episode. There's lots of zombies and stuff like that. There's some character deaths with Logan and his group and that. So it was, and a new villain introduction. So at least a good number of things happened in episode 13. They lost the oil fields and all that to Virginia, and then of course in 14 that continued, and we saw what was going on with that with Grace and Morgan and the others. So I'm looking forward to seeing these last 2 episodes, but I guess maybe I'm kind of in the minority, and because from what I saw from the comments, it just looked like it's probably too late already for Fear. It's probably like, okay, even if they do some okay episodes now, it's I don't know if it's going to matter too much, or it's just like, once a show develops a stigma like that, and there was an article about, I guess they asked for questions for Talking Dead about Fear, and it's just like people calling it garbage and all this stuff. Like, how does it feel? Somebody wrote something like, how does it feel for the new showrunners to destroy a perfectly good series and things like this? So they were saying it was pretty brutal in terms of the questions. It was just like they were getting flamed brutally. So so it almost feels like, in a way, like it's maybe it's too late already with kind of the changes they've made. And the other thing that's tricky is because once you go from one direction to another and you change, kind of the overall feel of the series, and you change it drastically, like they sort of have, away from sort of the more realistic elements into kind of the action / kind of comedy, or whatever you want to call what that is, kind of the silliness that they do sometimes in Fear now. It's difficult to switch back. So we'll see how this finale feels as they're running out of food, and you actually have them, being in trouble and being in a bad situation. If they're actually going to be able to kind of come back a little bit and kind of get away from the silliness, get a little bit more serious again, or if that's not even possible for Fear. So whether or not it's just simply too late for it. We know season 6 is going to happen either way, and we'll have to see, guys, because I really don't know past that how people are going to respond to it. Based on what I'm seeing all the time, it's just like, wow, everybody hates this show so much. It's crazy. I'm just trying to be positive with it and enjoy it. It's like, if people hate it, I just kind of laugh along and just feel like, okay, cool. I'm just used to it now, I guess. But leave your comments below. Let me know what you guys think. Is it already too late? Holly House says, Virginia is obnoxious, the accent, everything about her. I'm seriously worried about the longevity of the show. These writers are terrible. And that's that's a common right now. That's what we're seeing. Like that's what is probably the most common comment about fear is just the words like garbage. It sucks. It's not good. It's just not work. It's just not working all around. Just not working. So I don't know. I guess 13 and 14 were not enough to turn that around for people because this is an overall kind of trend with kind of how people are feeling about fear, and it's not going to be that easy to reverse it, I think. Stephen Royal says, if Grace dies, Clear Morgan may come back. Kill switch on Morgan. He may start to lose it, and nobody there has seen him that way. That could be interesting. And that could be interesting, right? When things actually get serious here by the end of the season, and they realize that the downside of adding on so many people and trying to help everybody is that you have to feed them all, you have to provide for them all, you have to give them all water. They have to earn their keep, and if they don't, or you have like a lot of kids and stuff like that can't, because it's too dangerous for them to go out there on missions by themselves and stuff like that, then you get yourself into a tricky situation. So it could be interesting, but we've seen Morgan go back and forth quite a few times already. But I would like to see kind of a bit more serious type of Morgan than sort of the kind of the peace circle of Morgan that we've sort of seen pretty much all the way through in Fear. We've seen him be like that pretty much the whole time since after All Out War, which I'm not going to say that it doesn't make sense. I mean, it does. He was on a rampage in All Out War, so so maybe don't go all the way back there, but it's sort of like get the meter to kind of go more in the middle than just clear mode, kill everybody, or full peace mode, don't kill anybody, right? This kind of thing. Like sometimes you're going to have to, and you don't have much of a choice there. So, I don't know. We'll see. JMC Clinton 8 says, still no Sherri. So that's possible that we could see Sherri before the end of the season for Dwight. I think that would be good, but it's sort of like we're all coming up with all these cool different things they could do for like a finale, whether it be, a return for Sherri, Madison coming back from the grave, like her finding out she's not dead, the illness idea, these different kinds of things. Which I wouldn't want to see that one, but at least you're talking about some big stuff happening with the series, and it almost looks like with 2 episodes left, like Grace will probably die by the end of the season. That's kind of that's what it looks like we're going to see. So there's that, but what else do you have in addition to that? And this Virginia villain, I just think is, I don't know, she's okay at best, I think. It's okay. In episode 14, she was pretty good, but 13, and I don't know, man. I'm not sure. So let me know what you guys think about Virginia. Nick Miles says, the entire episode, I thought this is Gabriel all over again for the rabbi episode, right? So that's true that some of the characters, they do sort of remind you of some of the ones from The Walking Dead. And maybe it's just because there's so many characters in there that, they've brought out so far that some of them are just, are just pretty, just pretty similar to ones that we've already known. So it's kind of like, if it almost feels like we've seen this already or we've seen something like this already. It's too familiar. So, yeah. Next one comes in from Rap Quebecois, who says, I don't know why, but I was thinking about what if Vince Gilligan and his team took over the Walking Dead new spinoff. How do you think it would turn out? Well, it'd be awesome because, of course, they did an incredible job with Breaking Bad. I would love to see them do something in Zombie Apocalypse or Walking Dead world. I don't think we ever will see that, but that could be really cool if you got somebody really talented like that. Somebody like that involved with Fear or the new series. We'll see how Fear continues next year in addition to adding on the new show. I think the writing's on the wall at this point. If you get another year or 2 years out of Fear, you should probably be happy. Past that, I just really don't know. So Savage God says, we haven't even gotten to see the kids, right? So barely at all this half. I can't even think of, have they even had like a, maybe like a small part of a scene this half, right, where the kids leave and stuff, but they've barely been there, and that's one thing about this half for Fear. They added on so many characters, and they're not including a lot of them in a lot of the episodes, so it's almost like, what's the point in having them if you're not going to use them at all? Madison said, no one's gone until they're gone. Well, I'm gone, really gone. I'll still watch your reviews, though. Thanks for staying positive, Trev, from C. Benny 7. So that's from him. So Howl 603 says, there are so many, there's too many of us diehard fans for you to quit reviewing Fear. So don't listen to the trolls. Please keep on going, Trev. So that's true for him. So I'd like to continue to just continue with the Fear videos. again, I don't think anything is set in stone. I know that a lot of people are just not interested at all. But, yeah, I mean, it's just like, you just keep doing it, whatever. I guess I'm just going to keep going. But, again, maybe another year or two. And then after that, it's like I might have to stop, kind of stop reviewing and stop posting about it. Because if nobody likes it, see, that's the problem. If nobody likes it, how am I going to continue to review it and be interested in it and do that stuff if no one likes it? But so far, I'm still enjoying doing this with you guys when Fear's on. The Walking Dead's not on right now. It'll be back soon, so I'm looking forward to that. But until The Walking Dead's on, might as well finish up the season with Fear at least. And then depending on how things go, and see what it looks like for Season 6 and whether or not we're going to continue next year. I don't know, because if the demand dies down any further than it is right now, it's going to be like, I kind of have to stop reviewing it, or I have to stop covering it with you guys, sort of, because it's just something that's so hated that, or at least I'd only be able to post like maybe the review video and then no Q&As or no predictions because no one cares, that kind of thing. So I hope it doesn't come to that. I hope while the series is on, it still has some people that are enjoying it, some people that like at least some of the characters from it, or at least they want to hear about the storyline and what's happening with it. So we'll see. And yeah, I mean, I hope... I hope it kind of gets better, at least in the eyes of the fans, after this season. Hopefully Season 6 is better than what Season 5 is, because it's just been complaints almost the whole season, especially after the first half for Fear. And, the last one will be from Brian Atcham, who says, Alicia isn't ill, the show is. The show is addressing itself for the tree one. So, okay, I think that's probably good for today's video, guys. Let me know what you think. Episode 14 didn't do it for a lot of people too. It didn't really change much. A lot of people didn't like it, just the same as a lot of the others we've seen this season. Let me know what you guys think, man. I'm kind of at a loss with this. I'm still going with the videos with you guys, but I'm just like, I don't know what to do. People are they're just so against it. It's like, how are you going to turn this around? It just feels like, you'd almost have to get new showrunners or something for next year. I don't know what, because I've never seen people so consistently, just disappointed or just hating of the series as has happened with Fear for a while now, probably like a year or so. Anyway, that's it for this video, guys. If you liked it, please thumb it up below. You can share, you can favorite, subscribe to the bottom left if you're new, and I'll see you again soon for another video. As always, this is Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See you soon.